God has signed on the closing. Everything seems right for the move-in. The Mishkan, the Tabernacle, was ready to house God's holy presence, the Shekhinah. Yet, on the 8th day, after 7 days of inaugurational services, there seemed to be a glitch, a holdup. In the words of the commentaries, for all the 7 days of the inauguration, during which Moshe daily erected the tabernacle, officiated in it, and dismantled it, the Shekhinah, God's presence, did not rest in it. Israel was ashamed. They said to Moshe, Moshe, our teacher, all the trouble we went to so that the Shekhinah should reside in our midst has been in vain. And Moshe responded, this is the thing that God has commanded you to do in order for his glory to appear to you. Aaron, my brother, is worthier and more important than I. Through his offerings and his service will the Shekhinah rest among you. You will know that the Omnipresent has chosen him. Moshe, the greatest Jewish leader, was deferring to his brother Aaron. Why? What set apart Aaron from his brother Moshe? Moshe was a man of truth. He spoke what needed to be said in the clearest and most direct of terms. It was his brutal honesty that guided the Jews through their sojourn in the desert and stood up for them through thick and thin. It was his commitment to truth that endeared him to the Jewish nation, but was also the reason that he did not conclude the final step of inaugurating the Mishkan, the Tabernacle. Aaron was a man of peace. As Hillel the sage later put it, be like Aaron, love peace, pursue peace, and love all of mankind. When Aaron, the Midrash tells us, when Aaron would pass a wicked man, he would greet him warmly. And the next day, when the wicked man would want to engage in sin, he would think to himself, woe is to me. How will I be able to look upon Aaron tomorrow when he greets me with such love? Others would think, if Aaron only knew the hidden things of my heart and the evil of my deeds, he would not allow himself to look at me, let alone speak to me. Yet he considers me to be a fine person. Let me therefore make his words and thoughts true by changing my ways. While Moshe could be called the minister of truth, Aaron was the minister of peace. He sowed the seeds of peace in the face of conflict and strife. It was his confidence and belief in the inherent goodness at the heart of each human that sprouted feelings of fellowship and friendship. In the words of another Midrash, when Aaron saw two people involved in a quarrel, he would say to each of them, without the knowledge of the other, my child, see how your friend is berating himself with remorse because of what he did to you. He asked me to approach you to seek your forgiveness. When the two would later meet, their quarrel would disappear and they would embrace. Aaron's commitment to peace did not detract from his position of leadership and service for the Jewish nation. On the contrary, it was his tool of communication and inspiration. In the Jewish tradition, peace is the most essential building block for the divine presence. In the words of the first Chabad Rabbi, Rabbi Shneir Zalman of the Adi, when asked, what is greater, to love God or to love one's fellow Jew? He replied, loving your fellow. For in doing so, we love those that our beloved, our Creator, loves. Perhaps the most painful thing a parent can endure is their children quarreling. And conversely, the greatest nachas, the greatest joy a parent can experience is their children living in harmony. Thus, to finalize a home for God in this world required a commitment to peace amongst his children. Who better to champion this peace than Aaron? In fact, at the conclusion of the Amidah, the pinnacle and climax of our daily prayers, we recite the Oseh Shalom, enforcing a personal home for God in our lives through peace. We invite God into our hearts by first inviting in our fellow. Shabbat Shalom.